Good evening. Welcome to the virtual IPO Roadshow of Tridhya Tech Limited. Tridhya Tech Limited is a company based in Gujarat, India, specializing in full service software development. They offer a comprehensive range of IT services to various industries, including e commerce, real estate, transportation, and more. With a strong market presence and focus on technology empowerment, Tridya Tech provides customized software solution and aim to build effective digital presence for client worldwide. Now I would like to welcome Mr. Gaurav Barot, Director and Chief Strategy Officer Tridya Tech Limited, and from the merchant banking team of Interactive Financial Service Advisors Limited, Private Limited, Ms. Pooja Shah, Head of Merchant Banking, and Ms. Jenny Jain, Compliance Officer.
Thank you very much,
Welcome.
Vastupal.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
So, Gaurav ji, I'll just hand it over to you for the presentation about the company and introduction about the company.
Sure.
Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vastupalji. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's indeed a pleasure to share details about Tridhya Tech. So we are going to cover a few areas. The one is the executive summary about the organization, who we are, what we have been doing. There will be a lot of queries about or curiosity about the business model. So we'll be covering in the business overview. And then the kind of opportunity which are there in the industry along with the growth strategy, and finally the financial overview. These are the areas which we are going to cover. So as Vastupalji just mentioned, Tridhya Tech, it is into IT services organization. We are into full services. So when I say full services, that means right from the inception of any product or project, we help them nurturing their idea. We help them creating the user experience designs for them. We implement those solutions, and post implementation, we provide them the support as well. So there's end-to-end services that we are providing to our clients. Uh, so far, since the inception of the organization in about 2018, we have delivered more than 350 plus solutions across the globe. We have more than 300 clients in most of the continents of the globe as well. And our strong expertise is into digital transformation. So a lot of companies are now getting into it, and because of this, our more than 45% of the revenue is coming from the overseas operations. Our core forte is strong delivery capability, because when we are into services, that becomes a key. And because of the strong delivery capability and the team of 160 plus skilled team members that we have, even as of today, more than 65% of the revenue is coming from the existing customers. And out of all the projects that we have delivered, more than about 85% projects, they have been delivered on time and within budget. A quick overview. So the company has presence in 4 countries. So apart from India, we have presence in US, UK, and Germany. All the industries that we have served, there are about 10 plus industries. The core industries out of those 10 that we have served, they are BFSI, motor, high tech, and others. And if I talk about the numbers, Tridhya Tech has achieved year-on-year growth in the last 5 years since inception. So in for the first 9 months till December 2022, the first 9 months of FY23, we achieved a revenue of close to 14 CR. With the core focus on the delivery that we have, there are mainly 4 segments of the operations or the technology that we are currently working in. These 4 segments are divided into 2 major areas. One is the enterprise clients that we have, which are all the bigger clients. The other one are the non-enterprise clients. So along with the bigger clients, we also work with the startups and other companies as well. We provide them various services like enterprise content management and portal solutions. For example, someone is coming to us saying that we want to implement entire customer portal. Some of them are coming saying that we want to implement the dealer management system or enterprise content management. This is what we have been able to deliver with a strong team of 50 odd members that is working specially to this particular domain. And we have delivered more than 50 projects in the last 5 years. We are also partners to the OEMs like Liferay, which are covering around 30% of the overall global DXP market. And with them, we are able to achieve the high turnaround time. Along with the portal and ACM, when we talk about the digital transformation, other areas also come like mobile application, web applications, e-commerce solutions. So the team that we have, they are also experts in these areas. And when we are talking about integrating a lot of external systems and others, you need an expertise into enterprise integrations as well. So technologies like Apache Camel and MuleSoft, we are using them for enterprise integration. So these are end-to-end solutions, services that we are using to provide solutions to our customers. The journey of Tridhya Tech, it has been very interesting. So the company started in 2018. Mr. Ramesh Ahir, he started the organization with a vision of providing services into cutting edge technology. The company grew pretty rapidly. Within 1 year, we were a team of 50 plus members, and then it was a sizable office as well. In the next 3 years, we achieved more than 50% year-on-year growth. By 21, the company crossed 100 plus member team, and then we had taken our own office, which is in Ahmedabad. It is about 30,000 plus square feet office. And around the same time, we also started operations into two more countries. One is Germany, and another one is UK. So at the both the areas, we have the physical presence and team over there. And in 22, we decided that while we are growing, along with the typical organic growth, we also need to get into the inorganic growth as well. So while we were also hiring the team members the way other companies are doing, we also looked into the acquisition strategy. And last year, we acquired three companies. One is Concentric, the other one is Vediti, and then Basilut. So these companies, they provided a good amount of ammunition into our digital transformation business that we are getting into, and they brought in good clients to us as well. Normally what happens is there are a lot of IT companies that we have, and they also claim to deliver a lot of solutions to the client. But when we are talking about the digital transformation, personally we have been working into this industry for about more than 2 decades. There are three major challenges or areas that we have seen when inexperienced player or people who do not have enough exposure to the industry, when they come in, a lot of time the budget of the project it overshoots, and because of that it also increases the overall time for go to market as well. What we have done is we have solved this challenge for the clients that we have, and because of that, more than 85% of the projects they are delivered on time within budget. Few things which are helping us really well. One is the partnership with the OEMs who are currently working with us, like Liferay, and we are getting into Sidecore as well. So a strong relationship with them, it is helping us in gaining more technical knowledge than others. Because of this knowledge that we have acquired, because of the strong team that we have, which includes the authors of the books in particular technologies as well, we are the turnaround time for the projects are industry leading. A lot of reusable components that we have developed. It is reducing the overall go to market time for our customers by more than 25 to 30%. And because of this focus efforts that we are putting in, a lot of clients they are actually providing the a lot of repeat business as well. When we are talking about technology, as I mentioned earlier, there are mainly two. One is enterprise, second is non-enterprise. But technologies in terms of portal, document management, enterprise content management, enterprise integration, we are working with Liferay, Alfresco, Apache Camel, Drupal, Elasticsearch, etc. And then when we talk about mobile, web, UX, UI, and commerce, there are technologies like iOS, Android, Magento, WooCommerce we are currently working with. So this strong technology capability, it helps us in not only delivering the solutions with the best way possible, but also do a lot of upsell and cross sell within the clients that we have. Along with that, we have developed a lot of proprietary products and tools as well, which help us in two things. One is our clients, they can take benefits of these tools and they can reduce the overall go-to-market time for their projects or their solutions. And second one, there are a lot of tools which have been placed as some of the components into marketplace, which also creates one of the revenue channel for us. With all the strong capability, these are some of the marquee clients globally with whom we are working. For example, Puma Energy, they are multi-billion dollar energy company in the world. We have been working with them for more than 4 years and delivered more than 12 solutions for them. GSEL, people in Gujarat, it's a known name. So we have implemented the document management system for them. Companies like Yaskawa, there are multiple solutions which have been implemented for them. Finance and IT, we are currently working with Kotak Life. We are working with Aditya Birla, Max, which is not mentioned over here, Magma HDI, Tech Mahindra. In auto segment, we have worked with Peugeot Motors in France, Mahindra Tractors in India, Oryx, it's a Japanese company having presence in India, and then other companies like EY, Karam, IT, which is part of United Nations. So these are some of the clients with whom we have been working for a pretty long time and delivered solutions into their various requirements for digital transformation. For all the solutions, obviously we need global presence as well. So as I mentioned, currently we have presence in India, USA, UK, and Germany, and then there are other areas that we are planning to focus in the coming years. So just one quick thing while I'm going through this presentation. Anyone who wants to ask any question, please feel free to ask a question in the comment window, and I'll be happy to address those questions. Now, while we are working with all these clients, obviously you need a very strong talent pool, because that's the key behind our organization success as well. So when we are talking about the education of the team that we have, which is about 160 odd member team, close to 65% people, they are graduate and postgraduate. And then the overall team pyramid, if you just look at that, around 65% of the team member, they are between 0 to 5 years. They are the fresh young team members, which brings a lot of energy to the organization as well. And then they are led by the people who are sitting at the top, like people who are 10 plus years of experience, people who are architects and software solution architects. These are the guys who actually help the team. And if we look at the overall growth of the organization, so right from 18-19 to this particular year, we have continuously grown, apart from the one what you're seeing in between 2020 and 21-22. Because of COVID, the growth little slowed down, but then we bounced back. And as of today, we are over 160 members. In IT, one of the major issues that people are facing are about attrition rate, but we have successfully managed that challenge as well. And currently, our attrition rate is less than 10%, which is remarkable in any IT companies in Ahmedabad and in across India as well. When we are talking about some of the competition that we have, the area where we operate, which is the digital transformation, there are a lot of players who are actually currently working in, even in India, outside India, and within the geography of Gujarat as well. But majority of these companies, if you look at that, they are between 50 to about 1,000 people team. And the kind of services that we are providing, not all of them are providing end-to-end services into transformation. They are specialized into certain areas. For example, when we talk about Spaceso, they are highly specialized into mobile application. When we talk about Signex, they're into portal and DMS only. But what we have done differently compared to our other competitors is we have grown pretty rapidly. Within 5 years of inception, we are a team between 150 plus member team, and with the acquisitions which are in plan, with the growth that we are planning to reach to 500 plus member team in within 1 year. So that is actually keeping us ahead of the competition that we have as well. The team is led by Ramesh Maran. He is Chief Executive Officer of the organization. He carries close to 2 decades of experience in technology. He is an IT engineer by education, and his throughout his career, he has been working into technology world. Uh, he is the one who has built the Tridhya grounds up, and an immense experience into various leadership positions into various organizations as well. Has been a serial entrepreneur. There are multiple organizations where he had kept or he has been into leadership position. I have been working into the industry for nearly 2 decades. Again, an engineer by education, and then moved into the entire hierarchy of the various positions in IT organizations, IT companies. Worked as a software architect in a company called Sickness Datamatics. Then I also had another company called Novarth, which I founded and then took a successful exit as well. Along with us, there are other people who are helping us in overall leadership of the organization. For example, Vinay Dangar, he heads the overall operations at Tridhya. Ketan Waghela, he is CEO of Tridhya Tech US. Again, he is an industry veteran, carries more than 25 years of experience into various organizations across the globe. Mehul Samani, he leads the investor relation. Rupang, he is a pro in the DevOps and cloud technology with more than 2 decades of experience. Mahipal Singh Rana, he is the CTO of the organization. Rajesh and Sagar, they had the delivery of enterprise and non-enterprise segments, respectively. So with this team, whatever growth that we have achieved so far and whatever growth that we are planning to achieve, we are pretty confident that we will be doing this. When we talk about the overall setup that the organization has, so while we are working with the global companies, while we are working with financial institution, they definitely have certain standards in mind. They definitely want certain practices to be in place, and I'm really glad that we have been able to fulfill all their criteria. So the current office that we have in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, it is around 32,000 square feet office with all the state of the art facilities which are available. Uh, some of the basic things which any big good IT company would require, like 24 by 7 support center, 1 Gbps, internet redundant line, automated power backup, and other things, 24 by 7 surveillance. So these are some of the highlights of the features of the organization or the setup that we have. But along with that, there are a lot of other policies which are in place which ensures the data of the customers, they are always in safe hand and they do not have to worry about any data or information breach. So along with this, we have one physical office or small office in Noida as well, which is mainly the sales and delivery office. Some of the case studies which we have implemented over a period of time. So there are, as I mentioned, there are more than 300 projects which we had done, but one of those projects where was done for implementation of entire enterprise content management and business process management for a big oil and gas company in Europe. The company had more than $15 billion of revenue, and there were a lot of manual processes which they had. They were facing a lot of challenges, a lot of issues because of the manual process. The project went for about a year and a half, and the outcome of that they had entire automated flow of their business processes and content management. Similarly, there was a contract management system which was implemented by a UK-based telco. There are world largest telco companies. They are using this solution. Uh, so overall, earlier their entire contract was taking about uh, half a month to get completed, or even sometimes higher than that, which got reduced by more than 50%. And currently, their end-to-end contract lifecycle is taking less than 7 days. Similarly, in India, we are working with a lot of insurance companies. One of the largest insurance company that is in India, we have implemented direct to customer solution for them. So whenever we go online and buy an insurance from that company, the entire backend engine or the one that you're seeing in front end, it has been implemented by us. There are more than 10 products which are available. It helps them in reducing the overall go-to market for launching of a new product. So around 40% of the time reduction was achieved over there. There were a lot of cost in selling offline insurance as well, which reduces by one third, and now they are effectively selling the insurance with lower cost. There's another company which is a Japan-based company into India. They are managing the fleet, and they are providing the various solutions into car leasing and others. So we implemented the entire car leasing solution for them. So they have customers which is B2B and B2C both, and they have been working with us, or we are working with them for more than 2 years now. So these are some of the customers or the case studies which we had implemented so far. And one of the key thing which is about the organization is whenever we associate with a customer, the association is multi-year. So all of these clients that we are talking about, with them the association has been more than 3 years. So when we get into one, there are multiple avenues which normally gets open. When we are talking about the industry, so far what has happened is a lot of questions have been asked that what will happen to IT with the global uncertainties which are going on. But if we look at that, there was a little dip in IT segment during COVID, but then post that there was a bounce back. So a lot of companies, they wanted to build a lot of systems. They wanted to build the platforms so that if any such unforeseen event occurs, their business operations, they continue as per normal. So if we talk about FY21, the overall global IT services spend was close to 1.1 trillion, and it is expected to grow to 1.6 trillion with 10% CAGR by FY25. And similarly, out of this entire IT spend, if we look at the spend in India, uh, around in 21, it was about $194 billion, which is going to grow to about $350 billion. So companies which are operating in this space in India, they have huge opportunities, especially with the requirements coming in digital strategy and transformation, the cloud hosting, migration and DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, and others. So these are the segments which would have the highest amount of opportunities in the coming year as well. And because of this, what has happened is a lot of companies are actually gearing up, and Tridhya is definitely not an exception. So there are few challenges which a lot of companies are facing. So first one is balancing the employee pyramid by increasing the fresher hiring, because the employee cost increases very rapidly within the segment that we have. So what we are doing is we always maintain a proper pyramid. So just few slides back when I was discussing about the pyramid of the organization, around 65% of our team, they are between 1 year to 5 years of experienced guys. They're the fresh blood, reduces the overall operating cost of the organization, and also they are very adaptive to new technology as well. So with guidance of the experienced team that we have, we are able to resolve this challenge. Also, a lot of time people are expecting basically higher stability with startup and others. uh, they expect some flexible compensation of work. So we have very strong policies. We normally pay a little higher than the industry average to the team members so that they retain with us. And just in the reduction of cost, a lot of companies are shifting their operations to tier 2 cities as well. We thoughtfully have ensured that the entire heavy lifting is done from Ahmedabad, and then there are offices across the globe. So it is also helping us in reducing the overall cost, increasing the profit margin as well. So uh, the major challenges that companies are facing in one way or other, Tridhya Tech has found solutions to those issues or challenges as well. When we are talking about the global market, as we are discussing earlier, with a CAGR of about 13%, there'll be around 30 billion cap in the overall IT segments which is having. And out of that, what India is going to get. So in FY21, India's share was around 70% in the digital transformation industry, which we are currently focusing on. So it was close to around 2.5 billion, $2.5 billion, which is going to increase because India is emerging as one of the key service provider into digital transformation areas. So even if the potential market share it is, let's say, 65% in next 7-8 years, India would be having a whooping basically share of about $13 billion. So the companies which are operating in this particular segment, like Tridhya Tech, they are looking at a huge upscale in this particular market. With growth strategy of Tridhya, while we are eyeing on significant growth over next few years, it's a three-spoke strategy that we are looking at. The number one is, along with, as I mentioned earlier as well, along with the organic growth, we are also looking to expand ourselves inorganically. So we'll be looking at the strategic acquisition. So there are boutique style organization or boutique companies which are specialized into a particular technology segment which falls into the digital transformation. So we would keep on acquiring those companies as and when the opportunity comes on our way. The second one is the technology world is changing very rapidly. So along with that, capability expansion is very, very crucial. We have our internal practices, which is called as Center of Excellence, which ensures that the team that we have, it expands the technical capability. And third one is the global delivery expansion. So currently we have, apart from India, there are three other places where we are an office in US, UK, and Germany. We are planning to expand our physical presence into other areas as well. So in next 3 to 4 years, we are looking at the team of about 100 plus members, which is currently 160 members. The physical presence of the countries from 4 to we are planning to grow to around 10 plus member, and currently the business is coming through the channel partners, which we have close to 10 members. So we are putting focused effort in growing those channel partners as well, which can help us growing the business, that we are planning to grow to around 100 plus member team. So this we have already covered, but it is going to help in the overall growth of the organization as well. And finally, the financial overview of the organization. So looking at last 3 years, we have continuously grown the organization. So in terms of revenue, right from the 4.34 CR in FY20 to that FY22, we were a little over 13.7 CR, and till in the first 9 months of FY23, we have achieved the similar numbers, and obviously the numbers have grown in the last quarter as well. The same goes with EBITDA and PAT as well. So EBITDA and PAT has continuously grown, and so has the margin. So if you look at that, the average EBITDA margin that we are talking about is about 42.78, and the PAT is around 21.76%. So that's the financial. And finally, the issue highlight. I would request Pooja to cover the issue highlights as well. Thank you very much, guys. Any questions? I'll be more than happy to answer.
Thank you, Vatsupalji. Just a second. Huh? Okay. So, sir, our issue size is up to 60 to 88 lakh equity shares. Around 2641 lakhs rupee. Price band will be 35 to 42 rupees. Our issue starts on June 30 to July 5. Our lot size will be 3000 equity shares. Issue structure is like this: that QIB not more than 2985,000 equity shares, RRI not less than 2538,000 equity shares, NII not less than 4,50,000 equity shares, and market maker will be 3,15,000 equity shares. Our face value is 10 rupees per equity share. We list our shares on the NSE merchant platform, and the rest will be decided by the merchant banker with coordination with the stock exchange after finalizing the basis and the price.
Thank
So
you.
thank you.
So anyone wishes to ask the question, they can type in comment box. So we have quite a few questions. So we'll start with the questions one by one. So first question is from Mr. Darshil Zaveri. What is the growth vision of the company? What are the revenue and margin can we expect in FY24 and 25?
Sure. So, Darshil, when we are talking about the growth, as I mentioned earlier as well, we are focusing on the digital transformation, and we are trying to grow the organization in the same segment. There are other areas as well which are part of digital transformation, like AI, ML, cloud, DevOps, uh, data ops, and other. So we are focusing on those areas. Along with that, as I mentioned, around 45% of the revenue is coming from the export at the moment. With the physical locations that we have in US, UK, and Germany, we are planning to grow that overall share in the revenue, which would increase the profitability of the organization as well. So both the things, one is capability building, and second one is the revenue growth, is what we are looking at in future. Revenue and margin, we have grown pretty rapidly in last 3 to 4 years, and we are planning to continue with the similar growth. So even in next couple of years, we are planning to grow by around 25 to 30% in revenue and margins.
Okay, thank you. Another question is from Mr. Roberts. Which are our key market for us as we are more export oriented?
So obviously, like any other IT company, US is one of the key market for us, where a lot of business is there, and they are open for outsourcing as well. But apart from US, there are other countries like Europe, especially the near shore countries to UK and Germany, Nordic region and others. They are a good source of the business, and we have started focusing on that. Along with that, we are focusing on Australia as well. Again, it's a different territory when you need where you need to have physical presence and others, but these are the major areas that we are currently, or we are going to focus for the export oriented business.
Okay. So another next question is from just a second. Yeah. Is this a IPO main board or SME? So it's an SME IPO.
SME IPO.
Yeah. So next question is from one parent club. Are you having any future expense regarding tech stack as the ML, AI, robotics, etc. seems to be future things for tech business?
Exactly. So the machine learning and AI, we are focusing on those areas as well, and that is part of the future expansion as well, because they are part of our digital transformation strategy. Robotics at the moment, we are not focusing on robotics. However, if you are asking about RPA, then yes, RPA will also be part of the offering very soon.
Okay. So another question from Mr. Roberts. What is the impact of slowdown in US and European market on your business as the main focus is export?
Well, as I mentioned, as of today, around 45% of our revenue is coming from the export business. 65% is still coming from the Indian territory. However, whenever there is a slowdown in European and US and other markets, one thing that we have seen is the companies which are providing expert services or niche services offshore, they always benefit. So even if you look at the phenomena of 2008, the companies which were having very strong delivery capability in offshore, they benefited. So I'm pretty sure with the slowdown where companies are looking at a lot of cost cutting and they still want to have similar services, they want to ensure that their operations, their platforms are up and running. They would be looking at offshore delivery partners, and I'm 100% sure that we will be benefiting out of this slowdown as well. So it's a positive sign for us.
Okay, thank you. Uh, Same question from same participant. Another question: for insurance company, what service we are providing?
So for insurance companies, there are multiple services that we have provided to them. The first one is their entire public-facing portal. So, for example, if you go to Aditya Birla and the current Aditya Birla website that you see, so it's one of the example, right? So we are providing those kind of services. Along with that, a lot of insurance companies are putting their products online, which they are calling as direct to customer or D2C. They are the online products. It reduces their lot of cost of selling those products as well. So we help them building those products online so that they can quickly put the product and offer to the customers. Along with that, there are customer portal. So when you log in to any insurance company's portal, you see your policy details, you see your repayment details. If you want to make claims, you can make claims as well. So those customer portals, the partners portal, which are used by the agents who sell the insurance. So there are various such solutions or services that we are providing to the insurance company, and they're pretty again the long-term solutions which we are associated with them.
Okay. So next question is from Ms. Supriya. Any new acquisition is planned? What are the strategies when you plan to acquire the company?
So Priya, as we discuss, we are looking at the growth strategy into two parts. One is the typical hiring plan, which is organic and inorganic acquisition as well. So uh, we are continuously looking at the companies which are fitting in the criteria. But when we are looking at the strategy of the acquisition, so the companies which are niche, which are boutique in nature and fits in the overall strategy of digital transformation. Obviously, there are certain financial criteria and other things as well, but they are the one which we would like to acquire. So the main strategy is they need to fit in the overall digital transformation game.
Okay. Okay. The next question is on the similar line only. So going forward, what will be the main focus? The growth will be inorganic or any other plans?
Again, that's the similar question what we had discussed, but the growth of the organization will come from both the ways. One is organic, which is hiring, and another one is inorganic. So acquisitions will definitely add a lot of value to what we want to do, and we will look into the further acquisitions, which fits in the digital transformation strategy.
Okay. So next question is, good evening, sir. What is the rationale behind Tridhya Tech's decision to go public through an IPO at this particular time?
All right. So this has already been put in the RHP as well, but one of the reason is company is going to pay the debt what they have, and second one is for the operations of the organization. So these are the two major reasons why we are going public at this stage.
Okay. So next question: how does revenue model works for you? How you generate revenue?
Right. So when we are talking about revenue model, there are mainly two types of areas that we currently work. So we work on the projects. So when we are talking about projects, they are the fixed cost projects. So we take the entire solution building project and then we build, which normally gets shared, where the revenue comes on milestone basis. And other one, we normally called as time and material model, where based on the time which is spent by the team members, the revenue is charged to customer on monthly basis. So these are two major revenue models that we have.
Okay. So continuation of question of Mr. Gaurav, how does company plan to differentiate itself from the highly competitive software development industry in the
So
highly
Gaurav,
competitive?
as you rightly mentioned, this industry is very competitive, and there are various things which you can play around. But what we focus is on excellence of delivery. So, as I mentioned, the team that we have, they have been working in industry for about 20 plus years. And during this, there are a lot of best practices that we have built. There are a lot of reusable components that we have built. Because of this, the overall time for the go-to market for the customer, it reduces. When it reduces, it also saves a lot of cost for the customers and benefits for them. So one is the technology excellence that we have and the delivery capability, and second one is the market or the industry technical landscape is changing day by day. So with the practice culture or structure that we have, we keep ourselves updated with the technology, and which are actually providing really good stand against our competitors in the current industry.
Okay. Uh, what is the average working capital cycle?
So the average working capital cycle for us is about 90 days.
Okay. Next question is from Bimal Gandhi. My question is, what measure do you take to maintain a cybersecurity and protect sensitive client information?
Right. So, Bimalji, there are various processes, there are various measures which are in place. Again, it's a huge thing. I won't be able to share all of them, but a lot of companies which are into financial segment, which are into insurance industry across the globe, they are our clients. So they have their entire checklist which we need to follow in order to ensure that the cybersecurity and protection of the information is taken care of. So we have done this. Also, we are ISO certified, which also puts a lot of checks and balances in putting the information at safe place. So we have our internal policies, the IT policies, and within the team as well, which is actually helping us in maintaining the cyber security and information protection for our clients.
Okay. Next question is from one person club. I have seen in the RSP which say you are using multiple platform to gain business like freelancer, Upwork, etc. Are you fully dependent on them for export business, or you have any substitute for it?
So the entire business of Tridhya Tech is divided into two. One is enterprise, second one is non-enterprise. So this platforms, what you are mentioning, like Freelancer, Upwork, and others, which are mainly the bidding platforms. Over there, a lot of small businesses or individuals they are coming for their requirement. So these are actually contributing a smaller portion of the overall business that we have. But apart from that, we have a full blown sales and marketing team which does inside sales, and they go out and search the other customers as well. There are a lot of customers across the globe. The physical presence that we have in US, Germany, and UK, they're also bringing a lot of business. So while the first one is bringing a small portion, our lot of revenue or majority of the revenue, it depends on the sales market or the sales efforts that we are putting in into other regions.
Okay. So next question is from Mr. Gaurav only. How does the company identify potential acquisition target, and what criteria does it use to evaluate the stability? I think we have answered this. If
Exactly.
you want to add anything,
No, I think it's the same thing. They need to fit in the strategy, and obviously there are other financial measures that all the companies take.
next question is from Supriya. The important industry we serve, auto, energy, and insurance. What role we play in auto and energy segment?
Just to share a couple of use cases, companies like Peugeot Motors, which is France based, they wanted to have entire dealer management portal implemented for all the dealers across the France. So we went there, we understood the requirement, and then we helped them implemented this entire dealer management portal. So a lot of things which were manual, now it is automated. Similarly, companies like other companies in auto, they wanted to have solutions where they can serve the content onto various platform from a single place, which they normally call as omni-channel platform. So we help them implementing those kind of solutions. In energy segment, we have implemented multiple solutions like their dealer management solution, their partner portals, their CRMs. We have implemented their entire business process automation. So these are some of the solutions that we implemented in auto energy segments.
Okay. So someone from my team is asking what industry and sectors does the company primarily serve, and which region in India have a significant customer base?
So when we talk about industries or vertical, they are mainly into BFSI, into auto, as we mentioned, energy and high tech. These are the key industries that we are serving at the moment, apart from the other industries where the number of projects are not so significant. And in India, there is a good amount of consolidation of customers in Mumbai, followed by Delhi NCR, and then Bangalore.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Pritesh Vora. What is the reason Mr. Ramesh is not participating in the IPO meet?
So all of us, we have divided certain responsibilities, and Ramesh is actually busy with some other discussion at the moment. That's the reason I'm presenting today.
Next question is from Mr. Abhishek. Does the company prime? What are the industries and sector does the company serve primarily? And
I
this
think
is
we just
the
answered this question.
answered this. Yes. It, this is also we have answered. I think it's a repetition. Are there any specific growth plan for expanding into new markets?
So when we are working or when we are talking about the growth plan into new market, there are mainly it is from the two areas. One is the physical presence, and second one is the business that you acquire in that market. So in the business that we are acquiring, obviously there is marketing and sales efforts which normally go in. Along with that, we establish a lot of partners in those markets, and those partners help us growing that particular segment or market for us. And in terms of the physical presence, as we covered in the presentation, we are planning to have presence into the other areas as well, which will again help us in growing into those geographies.
Okay. So next question is from Ms. Supriya. How are you funding your acquisition? Would high debt would be continue in books to fund the acquisitions?
So far, the acquisitions have been done for some debt that we have taken, and the other one is from the company's balance or the reserve that we had. In future, again, whenever we are taking, the high debt will may not continue, but again, that varies from the various case to case basis.
Sure. Another question is from Mr. Abhishek. What are the key geographical market that Tridhya Tech Limited operates in, and how does the company approach international expansion and serve its client in different countries? I think we have covered. But if you want to add anything over here,
And I think this we have already covered.
yes. So another question for Roberts. What are the utilization of IPO fund and how much we are raising?
So the numbers we just covered on the amount that we are raising, it is between 22 and 26.4 CR. The utilization of the fund would be into one, which is the payment of the debt, and second one is the operational uh, expenses of the organization.
How you are planning to expand your global presence and capture market share in different region?
Uh, Again, we have covered this where we mentioned
Okay.
that mainly two areas. One is sales, and another one is from the
So I
partnership
think
aspect.
okay. What is the competition of Tridhya Tech's manage? What is the composition of Tridhya Tech's management team and what relevant experience do they bring to the company?
Okay, so as we had just seen in the deck, we are already covered about the management team. The relevant experience, as I mentioned, both Ramesh and I, and other leaders as well, they are from this particular industry only. So all of us, or most of us, they are from tech background. They have seen the tech world, started their career as at a very grassroots level as developers and others, and then we have actually grown ourselves to the entrepreneurs. But all of these guys, they bring the technical expertise of years, and they are currently adding value to the organization. For example, someone like Ketan, he's a veteran with more than 2.5 decades of experience at various leadership positions. Mahipal, CTO, he is author of few books and was a software architect. So as Rajesh, Ramesh and I, we already spoke about, but that's what we bring in.
Okay. Uh, so could you please help with the utilization amount as RHP states repayment of unsecured loan and GCP. So there is no amount in RHP. So basically, what amount will be towards utilization of loan? Any idea?
So around, I'll just put that, but around 17 CR is repayment, and the rest would be the operational expenses.
Okay. Okay. So next question is from AKM. How long you can continue make near 40-45% of margin levels?
Well, this is again a question. If I could predict the future, I would do that. But that again, time will say that how long we can run this efficiently. But
Sure.
in past, we have achieved these numbers.
Sure. So another question for Mr. Vora. What is the reason of spike of debt in the current year?
So we had taken some loans, which is there, which helped us in a couple of acquisitions that we had done. That was one of the my main reason behind spike of debt in the year.
Okay. So Jitendra's second question we have already covered. Next, Abhishek. How does Tridhatech approach e-commerce solution development? What platform and technology do we use?
So Abhishek, this again we have covered, but for e-commerce solutions, we basically provide right from the requirement understanding to development, deployment, and support. And the kind of platforms and technology we use Magento, WooCommerce, which are the some of the leading commerce solution. Also, there's a solution on Liferay Commerce. We are using that as well to deliver commerce solutions to our clients.
Okay. Another question on data privacy that I think we have already answered. Uh, how do you bring a culture of innovation within organization, and what investment does it make to stay at the forefront of technological advancements?
So, Rahul, as I mentioned earlier as well, all of us we are coming from hardcore technology background. One thing that we have implemented in past as well, and which is continuing in Tridya, is the culture of practice or center of excellence. So there are mainly three pillars when we are talking about the innovation in any organization. One is people, second one is process, and third one is technology. So we have a very well defined or very well structured processes in along among all these three areas, which is helping us a lot. in bringing the culture of innovation. We also encourage people to take part, and there's certain rewards which are being shared with them. And the kind of investment that we normally make, there are a lot of trainings which are being conducted, internal as well as by external team members. They help us in staying in front end of the technological advancement.
Okay. Another competition related question I think we have covered. So, next question, Ms. Rucha, can you share some example of successful project where Tridhya Tech has implemented mobile and web application with a strong focus on user experience?
So individually, if I mention, there will be a long list. However, just to name a few, like Puma Energy, where if you even if you currently go, you will be able to see there's a very strong focus on the user experience. Oryx is another one where again there are very strong focus, and then there are a lot of mobile applications. Again, won't be able to name all of them, but you will be able to see on our website the various case studies which we have uploaded.
Sure. Another question for Mr. Pritesh. Uh, what is our hunting and farming strategy? What we spend on the marketing efforts?
See, I think I won't be able to share the exact numbers what we are spending at the moment, but typically the overall sales and marketing it covers around 20-25% of the budget. Obviously, when we are looking at hunting and farming, so there are people who are going in the market. They are looking for the potential customers. They search for them, and then there's entire cycle right from the prospect to the customer that we follow, and we invest a lot into the existing customers as well. So that's the reason the overall uh, customers that we have, or the overall duration of the association, it is between 3 years and over. So there is a lot of account mining or account management efforts which are put in individual accounts as well.
Sure. So once more, Mr. Abhishek, is there, what expertise does Tridya Tech have in AI/ML solution? Can you share any specific project where you
So,
implemented these technologies?
so as I mentioned, EIML we will be including, not at the moment, but once it is there, we'll be happy to share the details.
Once more, one question for Mr. Roberts. Who is your biggest customer?
There are many, but just to name a couple, like Puma Energy has been working with us for more than 4 years, and one of the biggest customers that we have.
So, question is another question in continuation. And how much revenue is contributed by them?
Again, when we are private limited, not to we won't be able to share those numbers, but there is significant revenue by them. But the revenue doesn't put organization at risk. Like it is not more than 50%, which puts the organization at risk for a single customer.
Okay. So, question from Mr. Gopal: what were the major factors impacted PBT, which increased from 115.28 crore, I think 115 lakh to 430 lakh in 2021 to 2022. So from 1.15 crore to 4.3 crore. What was the major reason behind this increase in PAT from
I
FY
think this
21 to
this
22?
numbers seem too off.
Yeah, I think rupees.
If you
They
can just put a slide where we had just put
yeah,
the
just
actual
just
numbers,
a second.
that's where we are.
No, it's a PAT. He is asking for PBT. So I think he has miscalculated lakhs for crores.
Exactly.
Exactly. So from 1.15 lakhs to 4.3 crores. What was the major reason behind the jump in the PBT?
Again, I'm not sure where these numbers are coming from.
Sure, sure, no issue. So what is the normal profit margin for our company? There seems to be dip in FY23 in profit margin. Any reason for a decline? I don't think there was a major decline.
No, there is not.
Yeah,
And again, I think what he is looking at is the numbers of just 9 months and might be
9 months.
thinking 1 year.
Yes.
So there's no such decline over there.
Yeah. So just if you can add what will be the sustainable margin, so I think that will answer a lot of the questions of many participants.
Right. So
So
if you just look at again, the historical data is there, right? And we'll try to maintain around those things going forward. But again, predicting future would be very difficult for us.
sure. Could you please explain the investment about uh, S- Cited Textile Limited?
Now I'll have to look into this what they are talking about.
Sure, sure, sure. Mr. Jitendra, you can drop us a mail. We'll try to
Right.
get the question from the company, answer from the company. What is the size of a sales team?
So currently we have around 16 members in the team.
Sure. Which is the largest sector we are servicing?
Currently the BFSI.
Okay. One question for Mr. Vinod. Thought for mainboard migration next 2 years. सर जी
Well,
अभी तो
that's
एनएससी ने 3 साल कर दिया
exactly
मिनिमम. एनएससी ने ही 3 साल कर दिया मिनिमम.
right.
या.
Now we would love to.
Yes. So we have last two questions.
Sure.
Uh, what pet you will clocking? So again, we can't give a
Exactly.
forward-looking number. So normal growth will be. So IPO is coming on 30th of June to 5th of July. So if any further questions, we'll wait for 1 minute or else we will close. So I think we can close.
Sure.
So thank you, Gaurav for patiently answering this lot of questions, and thank you for the participants for joining the IPO meet of Tridhya Tech Limited.
Thank you, Vastupalji. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone. Have a good one. Bye.